Everyone else is crushing it. They're landing their dream job, meeting the love of their life, starting a business, pursuing their creative genius. Everyone has it figured out, and you're here like, what the am I doing with my life? Am I right when I say that? Is that why you clicked on this video? Well, let me hold your hand while I'm saying this, okay? Welcome to your 20s. You're not supposed to know what to do with your life, and that is actually also a good thing. And in this video, I'm gonna show you how you can turn that feeling of being lost into your superpower and ultimate power move. So before I give you the 3 steps that's really just gonna get you out of that feeling of being lost and learn to lead yourself, I need to explain something to you. Because as you might already have experienced, maybe your parents are like saying, why can't you just do it? Like when I was your age, I was just doing this whole thing. I was not laying in bed, being confused, being in freeze mode over being so overwhelmed of all the possibilities, because that is the thing. When they were young, there were no social media, okay? And honestly, I'm a big fan of social media in the way that you can express yourself, you can see the possibilities, because you don't know that something is possible before you see someone do it, right? So that's a positive thing. But as with everything, where there is a positive, there is also a negative, and that's a part of it, because you see all the opportunities that is possible for you to do, and you're just like stuck in freeze mode, like, I don't know where to even begin, because everything looks so cool. Maybe you see Katie in Bali doing her yoga teacher training. You see Marie in New York doing that marketing gig thingy, and it looks really cool. Or maybe Charlotte is in Paris following her artistic genius, and you're like, it seems so cool, but I can't do it all. You are stuck in this freeze mode because you are scared of taking the wrong decision. You don't know if it's really for you. So it's easier for you to just stay stuck in the safety of your job at the cafe, at the store, because it feels better, it feels safer to just like know like what could have been, instead of actually pursuing it with the risk of failing. So you're just staying stuck in freeze mode and not doing anything, okay? That's what you're experiencing, and that is totally normal. Another thing that is really important to know about is that we are not taught how to lead ourselves. We are just taught how to be a follower. Like, we have been following this blueprint from society until this point, right? That's why you feel lost now, because until now you have had a plan. You know, after 5th grade it comes 6th grade. After class, you're going to be with Chloe because you go home from school together. Like, everyone has been on the same level until now, because everyone is choosing different path, right? So that's why you're like, okay, I have followed this blueprint, but what am I supposed to do now? What am I supposed to follow now? You're not getting the golden star anymore. Before, if you were good in class, if you did something well, you would get a golden star for doing your homework. It's not like that anymore. As an adult, you're only going to get the golden star if you hit those big achievements, big goals, like getting a house, getting married, like Forbes under 30 list. You know what I'm talking, like those big goals. Then you're gonna get that golden star. But if that's your only reward, it's going to be really hard to keep yourself motivated if you don't have smaller rewards along the way. And how's you gonna get that? When people won't give it to you, you need to learn how to give them to yourself. You need to learn how to lead yourself. And that is what I'm gonna show you in this video. So let's get into the 3 steps. Number 1, I want you to pick one area of your life that you feel the most drained thinking about. That can be your job, your social life, your health, I don't know, but pick only one thing. And why I say you should only focus on one thing at a time is because just imagine this. If you're building a house, is it going to be more successful if you build one house first and then move on to another house? Or would it be a better result if you built 10 houses at a time? Like, it's clearly that building just one house at a time will lead to the best results. And the same as with yourself, with the different habits you're trying to incorporate and things you're working on. So therefore choose one thing. And if you're wondering like, but where should I start? I don't know what to focus on. I don't know where to start. It's always where it hurts the most. Like, your feelings is like your inner compass. They will always show you the way to the goal, the way to the root cause. Like, you just need to feel it. Like, where do you feel the most drained? If it is in your job, okay, you might have a job that you're not that pleased with, but you feel like you don't have that much experience to get another job, or in this market, it's not that easy to get another job, maybe. But is it some way you could gather experience to kind of land another job later on? Is it any way you could think of that you can become that candidate in the future? And if you're still like, I don't know where to go, I don't know what I want, well, let me tell you. You first need to start and try out different things. And I know it can be scary. I know it can be really uncomfortable to try new things, but that's the only way you're gonna know if you like it or not, if it's for you, if you're good at it, because you can read as much as you want, like books, you can watch other people, you can do all of that, but until you try it yourself, you will never really know. And maybe you will be surprised when you tried it and you'd be like, that thing that I have kind of been thinking about since I was in middle school, that wasn't that cool after all. And suddenly the thing you thought was so boring all the time and you would never do that, then you find out, wow, I'm actually kind of good at this and it's kind of fun. Like, I get a little bit of mastery doing this. Maybe I should pursue this thing and see what's going to happen, right? So the first move for you, you just need to start moving, because the whole freezing thing, to just stay still and stuck, is not working, obviously. And it can be dangerous to be stuck in that phase in many years, like just being in your comfort zone, not growing, not figuring out who you are. That could be dangerous for you, because your 20s is really to explore, to see what you are good at, how you can use your skills in the best way possible, and really see what you enjoy and how you can build on that later on. So always like seek these little new experiences and knowledge that will make you a little bit closer to hitting that goal. And if you're like, I don't know where to start, like there's so many ways, there's so much I want to do, like I am miserable in my life in general, I don't know where to start, then I will advise you to go with health, because health is everything, honestly, with your energy, how you're feeling, how you're meeting the world, how much belief you got in yourself. Like, just moving your body has so much effects for everything in your life. Okay, so obviously that would be a place I would start if I felt lost in that area too. This takes me to step number 2, which is all about gathering that data, baby, and information. Because even though I bashed it a little bit in step number 1 with like not just reading about it, but actually taking action too, it is an important part of figuring out if something is for you or not, just by taking informed decisions before trying. Like, you're gonna save yourself so much more time. Everyone is different, everyone will have different experiences, but when you have this whole archive of people who have gone through life, they have their wisdom, they have done it themselves, why not just like take a listen or take a read and just see their experience of it? And does that mean that that's going to be your experience, or you should just base like your choice on that? No, you should still do step number 1 and act, but you're gonna be so much more ahead of every other person out there if you just do your research a little bit, because then it's going to go so much faster from here to here because you know more about it. You get maybe another perspective or you learn something. So it's going to be easier when you try it. So always get your information, whether that is from a book, a documentary, a podcast, whatever you want. It's really what's going to change everything. And for me, podcast has been a big thing in my life that has moved the needle for me, because it's so easy to just like pop on a podcast, go for a walk, go for a workout, and then you are kind of being productive just listening, and you're like, wow, and you just hear this whole other perspective. So I really recommend to start there, and I will list some of my favorite podcasts to listen to here, so you can start with whatever episode you want. This takes me to step number 3, because now you have one thing you are focusing on, right? You are taking action, you are taking informed actions and choices, and now it's time to wait for the momentum. When you are moving, it is totally impossible that the momentum won't build with time, because when you're in it, let's say you went for the whole healthy workout thing. If you just started with moving your body, you're getting those endorphins, you're feeling better, maybe you feel like you get stronger or fitter, you can see the results, you can feel better. It's also going to be easier to maybe focus a little bit on the sleep schedule, and then you see like, oh, when I actually have like one time that I wake up and one when I go to sleep and get my hours, I feel so much better. And when I feel so much better, I have more energy to cook meals, to meal prep. Maybe I have more energy to give to my work or creative work, or you can just reflect more. Like, it's just adding and adding and adding. So don't underestimate the power of it. Momentum is so strong, and even though you can't see it now, just by starting, just by going in one direction, you will with time see that it will be clearer and clearer and clearer, because you are in motion instead of staying still in freeze mode. So now I have shortly just explained for you 3 simple steps: picking one thing, trial and error, finding the expertise in books and podcasts, and trusting the momentum that it will come, it will add up if you just start moving. For me, it's just such an important subject to talk about, because I feel like, especially today, it's so easy to just think that everyone has it all figured out, and with how the system works, what we see in social media and everything, it's not really ideal. And I think that's a huge part of why a lot of people are struggling with mental health. And just by having more conversations like this and have a community, I really think that we can do something about that, all right? So please share your opinion, please share your message, your history, whatever you want to share in the comment section, so we can connect people, so people can see that it's not just them. It's not just you who are feeling lost, but we are a lot of 20 years olds who are just like, I don't know what to do, but we are trying, we're building momentum, and we're leading ourselves. With that said, it's also really normal to feel like you are lonely in your 20s, because, as I said, it's the first time where you kind of need to lead yourself. You need to find your own friends, right? Because the ones you had before, you spent time together in school, in activities, you were brought together, and it was just natural to be together, but that maybe is not the case anymore, right? So my next video is going to be all about how you can navigate that in your 20s with friendships, and what you can do to actually establish good, long-lasting, healthy friendships in your 20s. So that's going to be my next video. If you're seeing this at a later time, it's going to be linked right here. So if you are interested in that, have a look and I will see you there.